Here we are at a company called Divide by Zero, and we will be taking a quick tour about this current trend. So here we are today with the CEO and founder of Divide by Zero, Mr. Swapnil. So Mr. Swapnil, tell us, what do you think about this latest technology, 3D printing, and how do you think it's going to change in the future?
I think 3D printing is the new way of manufacturing. When it comes to mass customization, you go for 3D printing, and that's where 3D printing is playing big role these days. We started Divide by Zero in 2013, and at that point of time, we had no clue where 3D printing is going in India. We were just making machines to make prototypes. We used to call them rapid prototyping machines. But eventually now 3D printing is moving from rapid prototyping to rapid manufacturing for mass customization. We've been able to see the change and the flow towards small batch manufacturing, and even the consumer behavior is changing in a way that typically the cars or vehicles used to be the same kind, all the while now the consumer is asking for customization, parts, handles, colors, and that's when 3D printing plays big role. I think it's amazing the way people are using it in India now, right from basic prototyping to end use applications for casting. It's growing in leaps and bounds.
Is this one of your first visits, or have you been here before?
So we have been, this is our 6th year now in Imtex, and we were a startup, hardly team of 2 guys, and I think Imtex has played bigger role in our success, as I can say right now, because we've got a lot of connects, clients, a lot of fellow exhibitors, and we've had good business here from Imtex every year. Imtex is definitely helping small companies like us to grow.
So how have you seen this evolution of Imtex? So what are your views on it?
I think it has changed, evolved in a way wherein it is more organized day by day, year by year. Again, we are also IMTMA members, and we've seen that it's more organized. In fact, to the point where how one should put up the stall. They are also they have webinars and seminars before the exhibition, and that was amazing to have, because I've never seen any of exhibitors or media companies taking that kind of effort to support their customers. So that was amazing.
So what do you think is the scope of 3D printing?
3D printing, I guess it has it has huge scope in coming years, because with additive manufacturing, you manufacture as much as you want and as much as you need in mass customization. We have displayed a lot of application samples here on this booth, wherein we can show our end customers where real value is in terms of the bottom lines and in terms of application. So 3D printing is replacing traditional manufacturing when it comes to mass customization, and when it comes to application like casting patterns, application like jig fixtures, application like now we have introduced something which is very, very new, forming tools with 3D printers, and these tools can actually replace metal tools for short small batch manufacturing. And best part about these tools is standard metal tools will take around 20 to 30 days to deliver. These tools can be built overnight on a 3D printer in 7 to 10 hours maximum. So that's the best part, and they are very, very cost effective. As I said, with these kind of applications coming into place, and I think because the way how economy is going, our customers are more acceptable towards these new options, these new ways and methods. Everybody's on exploring spree now, and everybody's trying to look at new solutions, and that's when I think it's a perfect time when 3D printing with applications and the way industry is moving. I think there was certain sense of slowdown, but we don't see the slowdown happening anywhere.
Basically, this is our benchmark machine Acon 400 V3, which is having 400 by 300 by 300 volume, and in which you can print it multiple materials, and you can see there now one part is printing there. So basically this part is basically for a sheet metal bending machine. Yeah. So for another side you can see the world's fastest 3D printer Aeon 500 MK3, which is 10x faster than the standard machines. So this is completely servo and ball screw based machine. The largest 3D printed patterns we done for a casting patterns basically. The conventional pattern time was some around 3 to 4 months, where we developed this 3D printed pattern in only 2 weeks only. Okay, and the cost is from 9 lakhs, we reduce up to the 1.5 lakhs. So there is a huge cost saving is there. Another thing is that I'll show you. So with the same machine you can do your rapid prototyping, you can do your jigs and fixtures as well. Now 3D printing is playing main role into the your packaging industry, jig fixture industry, our aerospace, medical, automobile and manufacturing industry as well. Thank you.
We are here at Hall 4C104 with Mr. Pete Kuman, who is the Sales and Executive Director of Time Savers, who is collaborating with the company Grindmasters. So, would you like to give us a tour of your stall, please?
Of course. I will show you the machine that we have over here. Before we start with the machine, I want to show you the parts that we will process on this machine. Mainly what we do is that we have parts like this. So these are punched parts, and you see a very sharp burr over here. And this very sharp burr we remove with this machine. So we call this a deburring machine. You can do this one manually as well, but with this machine, of course, you get a very consistent finish and always the same part. So we do it on these parts, and we have a new development. And that's actually these parts. So from a slack grinding, we call this a slack grinding. This very big slack you can remove with a hammer, and we developed a special machine to remove this high slack and then get a nice radius part. So let me show you the inside of the machine. Yes. This is the deburring machine. This is the medium range that we have. So you see that we have fully HMI control on this machine, and the machine has a vacuum table so that we can keep very small parts on the conveyor belt. The part size that we can do is about a diameter of 30 millimeters. If we look inside this machine, then you can see the first operating head that we have over here will have a coated abrasive belt, and this coated abrasive belt will remove the upstanding burr that we have on the material. So this is basically all the material that is deformed, and then we grind it away. What will be left is a very sharp edge, and this very sharp edge we will remove with the second head that we have over here with flat brushes, and these flat brushes are flexible and will go over the side and will give a very nice radius, and that is how we end up the part. Because it is rotating everywhere around the part, the radius will be exactly the same, and then you have a nice result. That's basically this machine. We have another machine on our booth. It is from Grindmaster, and Mrs. Kelkar will actually give you some explanation about that machine.
We have on display here the sheet metal deburring technology. Actually, the deburring technology has a lot to do with the processes. So, a process research and the solution which is commensurate with that process has to be given. So, you can see from very heavy burr here, that is a slack grinding. You see from such a heavy burr which is deburred on an automatic machine, we have very, very fine examples like this. This is a kind of a compressor plate which requires a very fine deburring, and we have a machine for that. I will walk you to the machine. For example, this machine is meant for precision deburring. So what it does is creates a very, very fine edge radius. So apart from deburring, this is a edge radiusing machine which creates a fine burr on all the edges throughout the surface. And the technology used was fully developed in India and by us. And so here again the process is very important. For every part and burr level, we have to innovate the process. So this is a constant research kind of a thing, and the process research is what makes us different than others.